This video is made with the sponsorship of Ecrotech New Zealand, one source for all your beekeeping requirements. Hi, Trev here on Trevs Bees on Facebook and YouTube. We're first week of March here in New Zealand and it's honey harvest time. The hives are getting fairly big. So I'm going to do a series of videos today on pre-harvest AFB check. So we've got to, before we take honey off the hives, we need to make sure that the bees are healthy down here in the bottom two brood boxes. So we'll go through them, we'll show you how we do that. That'll be video number one. Then just above the queen excluder we're going to put a bee escape on. We'll explain that later on. And then that'll be left for 48 hours for the bees to clear. Then we're going to, the next video number 3, is going to be this hive over here, which has already got a bee escape on and a spacer in. And we're going to take these 4 boxes off, so we'll see how we do that. And then we're going to go over into the honey shed over in the back and we're going to extract the honey off here. And I'm going to show you a new tool today, and well, not today, in a few weeks time when we get to that honey harvest time. And then we're going to put the wets back on again, and I've got a slightly new system of doing that. So we've got an overcast, sort of wet, miserable day today. We've just got to hope that the girls are going to be on their best behaviour. So as per normal, got the smoker going, and the first thing we'll do is we'll give the bees a bit of a smoke just to let them know we're coming in. Get the bee suit on, and the first thing I'm going to do is just take all the honey boxes off. Yep. I'm going to take all the honey boxes off, stack them aside and get a cover over them so that the bees don't get near them. Remember, when you're doing your veil up, to cross the legs of the zips so the bees can't climb up there. So we're just going to stack all these boxes up in the same order that they are on the hive. This box is some comb honey that I'd extracted, removed the combs out of it early in the season, before 1st of January, and the bees have just been cleaning up these boxes, so that'll get extracted today and cleaned up. One of the things when you're breaking the boxes like this, you break a lot of burr comb that's in between them. Can you see this? Here, you got this burr comb in here. You can see immediately the bees have come up to clean up that wet honey. By putting bee escapes on, we can actually get the bees to clean that up so that when we take the boxes into the honey house, they don't dribble and leak honey everywhere. Remember our video from ages ago? We made these curtains, showed you how to use these curtains. We'll put those over there now, and that'll keep the bees away from getting at that honey. give just a little puff of smoke over here to shift those bees down. I always shake all the bees off the queen excluder down into the bottom box, so that if there's any, if by chance the queen was up here, then she's not going to cause us any problems by getting into the honey supers. Like always, we'll start at the bottom and work upwards. The bees look as though they're going to be in a reasonably good mood today. They haven't got grumpy. First thing I always do is I crack the frames. We're going to have to check every frame for AFB, or check that it hasn't got AFB. So I always push all the frames over, then I work from this side and work across. You can only check AFB if AFB is in a hive, if there's actually a cell there, whether it's drone or worker, usually worker, and so that's what we're going to check first. If it's got just honey on it, we can't check anything on that frame. Always carefully lift the first frame out, make sure you haven't got you don't roll the queen. And this frame here is all pollen. As you can see, we've now got a lot of bees flying around. The next lot we'll shake into the hive itself. I have a quick check first to find out as to whether the queen is in here. Again, we've got pollen, so nothing to check. Can you see that, Chan? You see the different colours of pollen that are in here. All this is pollen. There's no larvae cells in here at all. There's a couple of drone cells down here, but that's all right. Again, all pollen. Don't have to get every last bee off. Don't know whether you can see right inside there. This frame is all fully emerged apart from these 4 cells, and they're all okay. And the queen has been here and she has fully laid this whole frame out. There's little wee tiny larvae in there, some day-old eggs. So the queen is in here working a storm. But you see little bee here just emerging. Another one over here has just emerged. What can I see on there? Still a few drones left in the hive, but pretty much no drone brood anymore. The drone brood's finished. Getting close to all the boys are going to get kicked out of home. Okay, so that's box number 1 done. So now we need to get everything back together where it belongs. So I'll give a bit of smoke to get rid of a few of the girls. I always equalise the frames up so they're right in the middle. Get rid of all the bees that I can. And now, as the old song goes, we do the same again. What is it? Second verse, same as the first. I knew it was something like that. Again, first frame out, nice and slowly, carefully. Have a quick look, just to see if Her Majesty's walking around out here. Remember, I'm still beekeeping, even though it's not, I'm not really doing a proper hive check. So now you can see here we've got a different pattern. We've got honey up here, only a little bit of pollen here. Pollen was downstairs, and over here this is mostly all just honey. There's no brood, no pollen on that frame, but good store of honey. And I'm trying to calculate in my head, I want to see about 5 or 6 frames of honey in here. I've still got a bit of time left on the season. But if there's not that much honey, then I'm going to need to feed after I take the honey off, just to get them in food in the brood nest. So again, good layer of brood. The bees are starting to backfill some of these cells up here with honey. That's what I want to see. There's still a little bit of a nectar flow on. This frame here is almost all completely brood, A little bit of honey up here, a little bit down here. An old play cup here, nothing. This stuff here, you can see all that white stuff. That's all uncapped larvae. Right, this tells me that the queen is in pretty good condition. A really nice solid pattern of brood. These little holes that are in here are what we call heater or cooling holes, so that they can control the temperature of the brood. Again, good pattern of brood. Have a look, see if there's anything abnormal. All looks good. Again, another solid slab of brood. I'm looking for any cells that look a bit strange. There's one there that had a little hole in it. Have a look. The reason it's got a little hole in it is there's a bee emerging from underneath it. Just the same as that cell there. Tatty around the outside edge, a bee has emerged out of there. And here's the queen. Nice big Italian. And again, she's doing a great job. Look at that brood, beautiful. Now, can you zoom in here, Chan? See, there's a little tiny hole in this cell. Yep. So now what we do is we just get the corner of the hive tool and we pop that off. And we have a look, and look, there's a baby bee just emerging underneath it. So that cell was a little out of the ordinary, but it was all okay. So the last frame is capped honey, and on here it's a bit of capped honey, and this part here is all full of fresh nectar. Remember, we centralise all our frames. Puff all the bees down. Put the queen excluder back on again. A little entrance reducer for the top end. So, we've now completed the inspection. What did we learn? We learned that the hive's pretty healthy. It's got a good number of bees, what I'd call medium strong. It's not a fully strong hive, but it's pretty close. And queen's laying well. she's doing okay. There's no disease in it. I did see a little bit of varroa, so I know I've got to treat for varroa, but I can't do that treatment until after I get the honey off. Just squash the wasp. And I know that we were just a little bit light on food, but there's probably about 4 frames of honey up in there. I'd like 5, maybe 6, but I'm not going to feed them after I take the honey off, because I think that they'll be all right. When we're looking at the cells, we're looking for cells that are slightly raised, a uniform colour, so depending on how old those cells are as to the colour you get, from a very light colour to a darkish colour, that's all okay. But if we've actually got a sunken cell or a cell with holes in it, I always investigate. And usually, to that end, I have a little jar of what is called craft matches. So these are matchsticks with no head on them. And I carry a little pocket full of these, a little jar full, that I can have in my pocket. And the test is that if I find a cell that's that I don't like the look of, it's sick of some description, I'll get a matchstick and I'll get in that cell and I'll stir it around, play around with it, and then carefully lift the match out. If it ropes out, that means leaves like a bit of snot that's about 25 mils long, I'll do that a couple of times. Sometimes sac brood will stretch out a little bit, 10 mils, but it won't do it a second or third time. If it does it 2 or 3 times, and sometimes more, then that hive I will diagnose with AFB. So if we find a cell that does rope out 2 or 3 times with that coffee coloured goo, snot, then I diagnose that as AFB. I'm then going to kill all the bees. We're not going to show you how to do that today, because this is a nice good hive. But usually I sprinkle insecticide over the top of the hive. That wipes them out, and then I'll block the hive up, and I'll then go and burn all that hive as per the video that we made about 2 years ago. So go and have a look at that, and that tells you how to destroy the hive. So that's it for pre-harvest inspection, number 1 in this series. We're going to talk about what we're going to do next with it in the next video. So that's it from Trev on Trevs Bees, Facebook and YouTube. We'll see you around in the beehive.
Mm-hmm.